Hi guys, I hope you're all well. I'm just doing a contest entry for Cyber Aquarist contest. So yeah, let's get started. Basically, this is my Aqua One Aquience 1800 RT model 6-foot aquarium, which is 600 litres or 158.5 gallons, so almost 160 gallons. So it's going to go in the, I think, above 100 gallons category, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I'm going to go through everything about it, maintain it, etc. So first of all, let's start with substrate. I've got some 6mm substrate, which is black granite. There's about 50 kilos, 30 or 50 kilos, 50 kilos, yeah, there's about 50 kilos of black granite gravel and 10 kilos of the white gravel that you can see in the middle there. We've got some large driftwood at the back, which cost about 110 or 120 dollars, I think, from our local fish store, which is expensive, but it's a really nice piece. You can't really see it because it's covered by all the plants, but the fish love it, the plecos love it, and yeah, it just makes the tank look sort of more, you know, earthy, more natural, rather than the sort of fake, what do you call them, like decor stuff that you might have. Don't get me wrong, I still like the decor, like some tanks look incredible with that, but I just think a tank like this, you know, driftwood looks pretty good in it. So yeah, that driftwood is actually supported by 2 small rocks. We had to tie it down for about a week or 2 to get it completely waterlogged. It's a huge piece, so like even getting it into the water was a bit of a struggle because, you know, it wouldn't go in, it was just completely floating. So that took some time, and it's actually tied to the little supports at the top of the tank too, the glass supports that run vertically across the tank. Apart from that, filters. The filters are in the 2 bottom cabinets that you can see there. There's 2 Aqua One Aquience 1250 Series 2 canister filters. That's a mouthful. The operating flow of these is about 1400 litres per hour. Sorry, I can't really convert that into gallons per hour, but if you want to figure that out, you can. The media in there, the first layer is a white wool filter pad with black sponge, which is 35 ppi. The second layer is a blue sponge with 15 ppi, as well as some Ceramisub Advanced, which I think is just the basic ceramic sort of little tubes that you can get. The third layer is blue sponge with 15 ppi and BioNood Advanced, which I'm not sure what that is. I think they're like little sort of bio ball type things. I've cleaned these filters out a million times and I still can't remember what's in them, which is really sad, but yeah, I don't clean them out that often. So filtration done. So heaters. It did come with 2 heaters. This whole tank actually came as a set, so the filters, the heaters, the lights, everything came together. The filters are doing great, the heaters are doing great, the lights not so much, but I'll talk about that a bit later. So the heaters I have, we're using one of them. It's a 2 Aqua One Thermosafe, sorry, not 2, I meant there's 2, but we're only using one. An Aqua One Thermosafe 300 watt heater, which is set to about 28 degrees Celsius. That's mainly due to the fact that we have some discus that you can see there, the little blue one and the yellow one that are swimming around together. And as you know, they like a higher temperature, so yeah, we sort of had to bump that up for them. Okay, CO2, you can sort of see it in the corner there. The CO2 bottle is a 6 kilogram pressurized CO2 bottle, which is set to 30 psi. And it also has a pH controller that turns off the CO2 when it gets too much, or when the pH gets too high or too low. Now I can't remember which one it is, but yeah, that sort of controls the CO2 levels as well. Actually, yeah, we do have a reactor now instead of a diffuser. We did have a diffuser, like one of the little glass ones, but we found that reactors work a lot better, considering that the airline tube, you can see the white tube on the right hand side there in the corner, connected to like a green sort of tower thing. The airline from the CO2 goes there, and basically all the CO2 gets sort of, you know, rotated in there, mixed with the water, and then pumped out through the bottom, which I think works a lot better than a diffuser, which sort of just pumps everything out and, you know, sort of evaporates and you're wasting your CO2. I do use a diffuser in my smaller 54 litre tank, which is about 14 gallons, but for this size tank, we've found that reactor would be better. So let's get on from the CO2. Sorry about that. Lights, we have 4 39 watt Anubias red lights, which are 849 millimeters long. as well as 4 24-watt Anubias white lights, which are 549 millimeters long at 10,000 K. I'm not sure what Kelvin rating is for the pink tubes, but yeah, they're not doing too great for the plants. Like, the plants look good now because it was all trimmed a few days ago, but yeah, some of the plants don't really like it. We're actually thinking to upgrade to a Giesman system, if not even a hanging sort of system, or something like that. The lights are not on a timer currently. We're actually waiting on a timer to arrive. We've ordered one, but they run for about 8 to 9 hours. We try not to go over that, just to keep it consistent. As you can see, there's no background on the tank. That's because we have a blue wall behind it. You can see around the edges of the tank. So we found that, you know, we don't really need to invest in a large background, or even though they're not, you know, expensive or anything, but at the moment it's looking all right like this. So yeah, maintenance. We do about 25 to 30% water changes every month. If not every month, every time it's like needed. Like, we check the water parameters weekly, so if something's wrong, we'll do a water change, or, you know, just, yeah. So the water's drained. We actually found this way a lot better than obviously using buckets for this size tank. We use a garden hose connected to the filter inlet. I think it's the inlet. It's either the inlet or the outlet, now I can't remember. We connect that to the filter inlet and basically just drain it via a pump, which basically just flows into the garden. So yeah, that's a lot easier than sort of trying to fill up like 30 buckets of water and, you know, taking it out that way. So the water is refilled with a hose, which is then conditioned with API tap water conditioner. So I'll just show you this quickly. Probably won't focus on that, but that's the API tap water conditioner, and we use that for that. And we also use API Biochemsorb, which, if you've heard of Purigen, it's basically similar, but I find that this works a lot better than Purigen. You don't have to, I mean, you can reactivate it, I think, but yeah, I just find this works a lot better. Like, Purigen is such a hassle with all the bleaching and stuff like that. So this, we use about 2 packs of that, which is in the filter, and that costs about $30, and, you know, you can have it for up to 3 or 4 months. So I think that's a lot more, you know, beneficial. Cleaning, we don't, as you know, with a big tank this size, you don't really need to do too much cleaning apart from the glass and, you know, just regular algae. We use a magnetic cleaner for the glass, and the plants get a monthly trim, or as needed, I guess. So let's go on to fish. We have 5 Siamese algae eaters, which are hiding somewhere. They like to school together. 2 red-tailed sharks, which are, I think there's one on the driftwood there. 2 discus, which we got recently, which are just at the white path there. 4 angelfish, 13 neons, which are currently being quarantined. 2 bristlenose plecos, 2 clown loaches, 1 dwarf gourami, and 1 pearl gourami. So that's pretty much all the fish we have in the tank. They're fed twice daily, alternating between flake food and bloodworms every couple of days. So we have these 2 foods here, which I use. I'll just show you. This is Juplerin, and that stuff's pretty good. And just some average tropical fish flakes, as well as, yeah, bloodworms. And the bristle noses and algae eaters get some tetra veggie algae wafers. Okay, so going on from fish, I'll just give you a quick overview of the plants. I know I should be finishing up now, but I'll just go through the plants I have. Far back left corner, you can't really see it, we've got some thin Vallisneria. Just in front of that, we've got some Ludwigia brevips, which is narrow leafed. At the front, on the left there, the green you can see is Java fern. Just behind it, we've got some pennywort. In the driftwood, we have a native plant, which I'm not sure what it is. It's native to Australia. But yeah, I bought that from someone and I'm not exactly sure what it is. We've got some needle leaf Java fern at the bottom. We've got some Echinodorus holmani, which are the 2 little reddish sort of plants at the front there. We've got some Blixa japonica, which isn't doing too well at the moment. I think it needs a bit more CO2. Echinodorus vesuvius, which is the curly little stuff, sort of just where the discus are now, just sort of to the left of them. Some Anubias nana on that little piece of driftwood. Some lace-fern right at the back there, which also grows like crazy. Some more Echinodorus on that rock on the path, which is, I think, could be holmani as well, but I'm not sure. We've got some Hydrocotylusus ophilia at the back there, which is the sort of lily-like shaped leaves. We've got some Subwassa tang, which is the little clump of freshwater seaweed that the discus are in front of right now. And we've got some Hygrophilea stricta, which is blue strict, which is the 3 bushy sort of plants on the right there. As well as some Sagittaria chainsword at the front, and some Luminophilia aromatica red, which we don't know much of at the moment. So anyway, this video is a little bit longer than I expected. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll just do a sort of close-up of the tank quickly. It's not going to focus for you, unfortunately. This camera does not autofocus, which is a real pain. You can see the CO2 with the pH controller. And yeah, that's about it. I show you the filters, but I'd have to open the cupboard, so I won't do that. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed the contest. And yeah, hope everyone enters, and good luck to all the other entrants. So thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later. Thanks, guys.